right. Today, I'm going to work on the KRX. Kawasaki KRX I bought on an auction. And it had no computer. I had to buy a computer and put in it. Now it runs, but the fan went out and somebody overheated it and blew the head gasket, so we are going to change the head gasket on this machine. I'm going to try to show how that's done. And I've never done this before on one of these, but I have changed head gaskets before, so it shouldn't be too bad. Looks like it's pretty easy to get to. Just got to take some of this back of this thing apart. And I think it's pretty easy to get to under here. This was already open. Somebody had maybe tried to fix it one time before or something. All right, get these. This out of the way. Maybe. Old coffee can works good to put junk in. Pushes in on one side. All right, get that off. Tail lights and back bumper, kind of. Now we can get in here. All right, there's 4 12mm right here that's got to come out. And there's two 14s that are right up in here, right up there. I don't know if you can see it or not. I don't see it, but yeah, there's two 14s up in there. We got to go Got to take these two little tins out right here. There's a screw right here to get this framework out of here. We want to get this framework out of here. There's another screw right here. One here, one here. I'm not sure about this muffler bracket. I'm probably going to have to take the muffler off to get that out of there, so I can get this piece out of here. And then there's a bunch of little pieces holding these wires on here, and I've got to pop those loose. And there's even some more over here on the side. So all those have got to come off. And yep. So anyways, I'm gonna try to get this framework out of here, and if I see anything else along the way that needs mentioning, I'll do it. Somebody got hit here. I didn't do this, but it was like this when I got it. When I get this apart, I'm gonna try to take this air box out of here and try to bend this back straight. So it's all bent up right there. So I'll try to straighten that out, hopefully. If not, it's probably not hurting anything. But anyways, I'll get back at it here. So these two 14s go all the way through that bar, and there's a nut on the outside on both sides, so it's easier to break it loose from out here. So right up in there, right in front of the right behind the shock is where the nut is. So 14 up there on that side. There's another one on this side. Trying to get this out of the way so I can get in here to the top of the motor. Let's try to put the nut back on there. I know where it's one of my two. So there's a little heat shield here. There's a 10 millimeter right there. And another one underneath right there. Takes this plate, can go out with that framework. You get those two 10s out, and then I think this will go out with that frame. But we'll have to see about that. So I'm gonna go ahead and take those out and see where we get from there. Okay, there's a bolt right here. that is for this bracket for this muffler, which is all this gonna have to come off, but I tried to undo these bolts and I'm afraid they're gonna break off. So I'm gonna spray them down. Might even have to heat them up or something to get them loose because they're really on there, and they're little 12s and they're gonna break off, and then I'm gonna be screwed. I don't want to break them because I'd like to put this muffler back on there. If they break, then I'll have to get an aftermarket muffler. It's really expensive and I don't want to buy one. I don't like them to be loud anyways. I like this quiet muffler. It works just fine. But anyways, so I got to get this bolt out. It's 14. And then there's 2 more 12s right here. Hold this back bracket on the muffler, but I'm gonna leave that one on for now. I'm just trying to get that framework out of there for now. Get that out of the way. I need to get this piece, this big frame out of here so I can get the air box out of here. There's the top of the head. I need to be able to get in here and work around in here. I'm gonna take all these vent tubes out of the way, and I just need to be able to get right in here to the top of this motor. So a bunch of crap has to come out of the way to get in there. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna try to get those this bracket. That's where it bolts from the other side, and that's attached to this framework, so it's got to come off. And then just a lot of little pieces attached to it along the back here that have got to come loose. And I'll get back at you in a second when I get try to get this thing loose. All right, I finally got that framework out of the way. You can see here, there's the muffler bracket. That'll make it a lot easier to get in here to these muffler bolts and stuff once I get all this junk that doesn't need to be in the way out of the way. Probably gonna try to take this air box off next so I can see what's going on right in here. I have to shove some shop rags down. Once you take this off, shove some shop rags down in there so no dirt or nothing gets in there. And I got to get this this air tube here out of here too. That's kind of in the way. These things here will come out when it's got to come off of here. So that crap will have to go out of the way. And yeah, I'll be almost ready to start taking the head off. I don't see. I guess I'm gonna take that cover off of that exhaust there to see if there's bolts there that I can take off. Get the muffler exhaust pipe off of the head. Looks like it's gonna be a real pain in the butt to do that. So, but all these pieces here need to get out of the way so I can actually get up in there and see what's going on behind there. But, all right, well, it looks like this pretty straightforward. A couple 12mm bolts down here holding that bottom of that air box. All right, got to take out these right here, loosen this air box off of the back of the throttle body or whatever that is. This one here, I loosened that one already, but this one here I've got, this is in the way and I've got to get in here with a screwdriver and loosen that. And there's 2 12s down here at the bottom to hold that box on. And I'll get back at you when I get that done. All right, I got the 2 12s out down here. Right here, there's There's little pins in there, so don't lose them. They're little spacers. But there's two more up higher, up that way. Up there, you see that one? Shiny bolt right there. Now, those have to come out too. There's one there, one more up under there that holds it up towards the top. It's like right, yeah, it's right. You're looking straight down, it's right here, right there. And I'm gonna get that one out, and then I'll see if I can get this thing out of there. Okay, so I tried to pull these out. There's a piece that goes way down in there, so I think I'm gonna take these out on these two right here instead. And that should pop off of there. I pulled on it and it came out of the, started pulling it out of that piece down there instead. All that's got to come apart anyway, so it's not a big deal. But these here go way down inside of this piece here, and it's not really wanting to come apart. So I think it might come off easier down here. I think that's a, anyways, it's an Allen that loosens those. Alright, so I did get it apart, and that's the way to do it. You don't take it off of here, you take it off down here, and it'll come apart a lot easier. Should have figured that out. But another thing I found, I got it all off, and there's a couple little screws right here that hold this little plate on, and I'm not sure if that's some kind of sensor behind there or what it is. I'm gonna take this off here. Take these two screws out and see what's behind there. Oops. And then, yeah, that comes off, and there's a little plug in here behind here. You gotta squeeze it, pull it out, plug in. Once you get that out of the way, it should come on out of there now. I think that's all that's holding it. So let's see if we can get this box out of here. Anyways, let me get it out of there. I think it's just got to be finagled around. I'll get back with you. I can't hold this camera in and do it at the same time. So. Okay, so I took the air box off, and there was some oil in the bottom of that air box. I have to split that air box and see what, clean it out. And must have been turned over or something, got oil down in there somehow, or there is like some hoses and stuff going to that, so not real sure, but that oil came out of the air box when I took it out. I turned it upside down a little bit, poured out. I'm not real sure why that would be in there, but could be that it was turned up on its side or something at one time, and the oil got up in there. Probably not a big deal. Anyways, now we're getting somewhere. We can get in here to this stuff. See the motor there. Next thing I'm going to do is take this air vent here off to the belt drive. I'm going to take that off of there and get it out of the way so I can see this side from this direction a little better. Get in there. I got to get this one and this one and this one out of here. Get in there a little better. Then we'll be about ready to try to get this muffler off of here. I'm gonna try to, maybe I can take it loose right from the head and take the whole thing out at one time, I'm not sure. We'll try to do that if we can. But, all right, get back at you in a second. Okay, I had to take that little cover off up there to get to this stuff. Get this off of there. And this little tube here, there's a screw from the inside of the belt cover. So I'm gonna have to take that belt cover off, I guess. I didn't really want to, but I really need to look in there anyways. So I'll probably go ahead and take it off and look at that stuff. I gotta get that screw out, loosen off that band. That. I really need to take that out. Get a pair of pliers. This little thing out of the way. That's the vent tube thingies that go on there. It's like a vent. There might have been a little moisture in there. Yeah, it smells like antifreeze, so maybe antifreeze goes around through that. Smelled like air. Maybe it ain't supposed to be in there, and it is in there somehow. But anyways, I'm not sure about that. But all right, take off the spark plug wires. Alright, I gotta find my WD-40, spray some of these rusty bolts with. I don't remember where I left it, but it's around here somewhere. I'll get back with you. Alright, got my WD-40. I'm gonna spray these cover bolts. Hit that heat shield right there, and bolts on top of that heat shield got to come off so I can get in there and take the bolts loose from the head. But they look pretty rusty, so I'm afraid they're gonna break. All these bolts on that muffler are really rusty, so hopefully they'll come off without breaking. Try not to bust any of these bolts off. It sucks when that happens. All right, I'm gonna try to do that and see what happens. All right, so I got that off. It came off pretty easy. There is little spacers. These little spacers have like a little heat thing on there. Those are on the top and the bottom on those nuts, so they go in there like that on the bottom. And then there's a one on the top also. So those have to go back like that. Okay. I think I can just take this whole muffler off all in one piece here, it looks like. So I'll show you what it looks like up in there. You can see there's some bolts right here. I think if I take them bolts out, I think it'll pull back away enough to just take the whole thing out at one time instead of having to bust it in two. Those other bolts are really rusty, and I think they're going to break if I try to undo them. So we're going to try to take the whole shebang out of there in one whack. All right, so there's eight bolts here. Right here, here. There's 4 on the top. I got 3 of them out there. I'm gonna get that one next. And then there's the same on the right underneath. There's 4 more that are gonna be a pain in the ass to get to. But hopefully I can get them all out, and then I can undo this whole muffler thing here. The whole muffler. I'm gonna undo these 2 bolts right here, and then that whole muffler should come right out of there. And hopefully I can take it all out in one piece. It'll be a lot of it headed in the right direction. Get a lot of that crap out of my way so I can see what I'm doing in here. And I couldn't get this tube out of here, this piece right here. It has 3 of them on the outside, 3 screws, and then the other ones I think is from the inside coming up, and so you got to take all this cover off, and I don't want to do that right now. So I don't need that out of my way right yet. So I might eventually go ahead and take that out, but let's see if I can get it apart without doing that. Right now, see there's the little flappers in there kind of keeping dirt out of there, so I don't guess I need to worry about that too much. Ain't nothing gonna get down in there. And it's all gonna come apart anyways, so I'll wash it all out with carb cleaner and stuff when I get it apart. But, all right, get back to you in a second. All right, I think we're about ready to get this muffler out of here. Hopefully this will work anyways. Muffler bracket. Oh yeah. Oh, there's another one down here I didn't see. That mammoth. All right, got the muffler out. See in there now, top of that motor. All right. There it is. Got the whole thing out altogether. Them bolts there are really rusty. I tried to turn one and it felt like it was going to break off, so I didn't really want to take those off. I like to leave that whole thing together. Came right out, no problem. So, really happy about that. But So we're getting there. I guess I'm going to show you up in here. There it is. Two big old exhaust ports. Alright, there's the exhaust side. Here's the intake side. I guess I need to take all this throttle body stuff off of here and sling it over here to the side, out of the way, probably what I need to do next. There's all the little nuts off of the exhaust where it bolts to the head. There's 8 of those that you got to take off back there. All right, get back to you. All right, got the top of the valve cover off. Just oil. Don't smell, don't see any antifreeze or anything in here, so that's good. There's a head bolt down there, down there, and there's 2, one here and one here, back here, and then another. There's 6 of them, I think. There's 2 more down here, but you got to take this whole assembly off of here. I take the cams out. When you take that out, you want to take everything out and keep it just the way it was. You don't want to screw it all up where you don't know. You take a piece of wire and stick it through this timing chain so it doesn't drop down, and try to get that back timed right. Hopefully I can just keep these gears exactly the way they are, and just put a piece of wire through them and lean it over the side until I'm ready to pull the head, and then I can pull the wire through as I pull the head off. But I got the service manual on this thing too, so if I need to re-time all that shit, I can. But I'm gonna try to mark it and not have to mess with it too much. Hopefully I can just take it apart and put it right back together. But anyways, so we've gotten this far. We gotta pull these cams off of here. Okay, so these here are this. These are 5mm Allen head. And what these here are 5mm Allen heads. There's 6, 8, 12 of them, I think, on top of here. Maybe 14. I'm gonna take those off and I'll get back with you. All right, I got this down to the cams out of here. Almost dropped one of them little washers down in there. Got it out though. Be real careful. There's little crush washers underneath these head bolts. One of them fell way down in there. Right down in there, and I barely got it out of there with a piece of wire because there's an opening, see, in between here. It just fell right out of there and went down in there, and that'll go all the way down in there. You have to take the whole motor apart to get it out, so don't drop anything down in there. Anyways, I'm about ready to try to pop this head off of here and see what it looks like. I'll be back, and when I get it off there, I'll show you where it's blown, if it's blown. All right, got the head off of this thing. Finally. There it is. I think it was blown like right here. I think I see a little exhaust or something maybe was blowing across right here. It's hard to tell. Could have been over here, I'm not sure. It's really hard to tell. But it was getting in there somehow. Pumping air into the coolant system, blowing the radiator apart almost. Anyways, there's the cams, cover, gasket cover, head I put out here. There's the head. See, to me it looks like it's a little burnt right in here. I think it could have been blowing into this water jacket from the outside. It's kind of hard to tell. This end up here looks to me like it might have been blown like right in here. So I gotta go get this, take this to a machine shop and have it surfaced, cleaned up real good, and then I'll try to put it back together. The head gasket back on it. And then I broke that, trying to prise it out of there. That's the thermostat housing. I'm gonna have to order one of those. I believe I broke that thing. Shit happens. Anyways, here's the head off the KRX. It doesn't look like it's cracked or anything anywhere. They'll clean it up whenever they surface it. They'll clean it, and if there's any cracks or anything, they'll let me know. Looks like maybe some moisture was in it right there where that's discolored. But anyways, yeah. KRX will be back on the road in a couple weeks maybe.